Hello Drive Radio fans, Richard Rush here today with my dad John Rush behind the camera, and we're going to take a long look at the 2016 Scion FRS, or otherwise known as the twin of the Subaru BRZs. Actually the exact same car, different badging on it, essentially the same company. These are actually a joint project by Toyota and Subaru, which, if you know, Scion is a subsidiary of Toyota. They're a joint project of the two. If you actually look at the engine on this, the Boxer engine, you'll see that there's Toyota's badging on it as well as Subaru's badging on it. So definitely a combined venture, but definitely a fun car and a car that works really, really well. So let's take a kind of a quick walk around the car. I'll describe some of the features. For 2016, there's a newer front end on here, changed a little bit of the looks there. You can see, again, part of what they've done, and this is all fairly standard from the factory. Again, kind of an aggressive front tone here. You can see some of the lines that they've put into the hood there. Definitely a nice sloping hood where you can see over the car, see the road. You do have standard projector beam headlights on here. You have standard auto headlights that are now part of it. A standard backup camera for 2016. As this car sits right here, you're looking at $26,100. And that's kind of the low end from what you can get with the manual transmission. Again, you'll notice some of the other badging that Scion has given right here. Love the lines on the car, love the looks of this car. I just think it looks really, really cool. I don't know how else to say it. Maybe not the best choice of words there, but that's just in my opinion. Fully loaded, and actually, sorry, with the automatic transmission, you're looking at another about $1,000 on top of the manual price. Fully loaded, and something to note is on the 2016 Scion FRS, there's no factory options available. So with this, a fully loaded, and what I did is I went to Scion's website and I just added literally every considerable package that you could add. Honestly, I checked every single box, brought the total value of this car to about almost $33,000, which I will say this car doesn't have the most horsepower in its class, is not the fastest in this class. However, in my opinion, it handles the best, has one of the lowest centers of gravity of any car on the market today. And some of you are going to say, well, it doesn't sit as low. Well, Scion and Subaru, or I should say Toyota and Subaru, have designed this car to essentially fit together to where its center of gravity is lower than most production cars on the market today, without adding modifications and changing the weight around. So with that being said, this car handles tremendously well, going around corners, going around turns. It is what it is, and actually that's the best way to show you that is to actually get in the car. So let's take a quick drive. We'll come back and we'll go through the interior of the 2016 Scion FRS. All right, fans, we're here for the driving portion of the 2016 Scion FRS. I'm going to walk you through some of the interior features, and actually let me get the car kind of situated here to where the screen's a little bit better, I think. Well, here, let's see if we can't pull forward and get some of that sun out of our screen. There we go. So as you can see, it has the Toyota touchscreen that we mentioned before, very similar system to it. You have the touch controls right here. You have very few physical buttons actually on this vehicle, so something definitely to keep in mind with this. You have the AC down here, but as far as the touch controls go, you just go to settings. Gives you a lot of different options here. There is a dealer option that you can get the navigation system and an upgraded sound system on here. But as far as everything else goes, you're able to, again, control a lot of different settings with this system. My only complaint would be there's not a physical tune knob. This is kind of your tune button right here. Other than that, it's a very simple system, very easy to use, but something to consider. Again, it's very centric, honestly, on my generation, the younger generation that is used to touch screens, not a lot of physical buttons, don't want a lot of physical buttons. So real quick, while we are on the screen, I'm going to show you the backup camera. It doesn't have any grid lines, as you can see, but this is standard now for 2016 on this FRS. You're able to get the backup camera to see where you can go, especially out of a car like this where you're so low to the ground. It gives you that capability to see out of the back. So we're going to take a quick drive, and it's hard to show you the full capabilities of this vehicle, of its low center of gravity, plus the nice Boxer engine that's in it. This car puts out 200 horsepower and about 150 pound-feet of torque. So this car does get up and go when you need it to. We'd like to see a little bit more power, but you can check that out in our opinion at the end of this review. As far as driving noise, it is fairly noisy car, but really you only notice the noise when you get up to high speeds on the highway and you're going over some rougher roads. So nothing that I would be terribly concerned about. As far as comfortability, it actually handles the road fairly well. It's not the smoothest car on the road, but it does hug the road. I wish we could show you actually how it works. We might be able to do that here in just a second. As far as handling wise goes, one of the best handling cars that you're going to find for the money. This car is hard to beat. It literally hugs the road. It doesn't have huge tires on it to where you do it. The way that it handles that is the center of gravity that's on this vehicle. It's going to compete actually in terms of center of gravity with some of the higher end vehicles that you're going to find. Corvettes, Vipers, some of those high performance Porsches. It really does work well. The Boxer engine at this altitude handles well. Miles per gallon, this is actually rated for about 22 and 30, so about on this manual transmission, about an average of 25. With city, we were able to average actually closer to 31 miles per gallon than not, so which is really incredible on this vehicle, and definitely something I'm very much a fan of. Really do like this manual transmission. It works very well. As you can see, it handles well. We're going to kind of go up to this corner here and see if we can't take it, but it's hard to, again, take this corner. We want to be safe on the road, but there's no slippage in this car. There's no rubbing, nothing like that. So it handles very well. It would be a very fun track car. So with that, actually, let's kind of go back and we'll give you a better view of the interior of the trunk space of the 2016 Scion FRS. All right, everyone, we're back from our driving portion. Hopefully you enjoyed that. As always, I encourage you, get out, drive these cars yourself. But we're here for the kind of the trunk and interior portion of the 2016 Scion FRS. I'm going to show you that real quick. Have the button on the remote here that will do. Hold it down. It does give you an audible beep, as well as you're able to just hear the trunk kind of lift up. It's pop open, not an automatic trunk, obviously, but does open all the way. And one thing you can see here is it has a nice wide opening here for the trunk. Downside is only 6.9 cubic feet of trunk space as it sits right here. However, we're going to open or I can fold down this back seat, just grab both sides, push it down, pull down, and there I don't have the exact measurements, but you get a large amount of room, and actually enough room for 4 spare tires for this vehicle, plus a toolkit. So if you're going to go racing on the weekends, this gives you the capability of essentially not having to have a friend follow you with tires or whatever else you might want to do, plus the ability to actually change all tires. So you can actually put a jack in here. If you go to Scion's website, it usually shows you a cool video of that. So if you don't believe me, head to the website, check out the video where they actually do put 4 full-size tires in here. So definitely a great feature. We're actually going to leave those seats down and we'll put them up here in just a second. The second row of seats, real quick, really unusable, to be honest with you. In order to have the front seats fairly comfortable, even for small children, some of you can say, oh, well, I might be able to put my kids in the back. Maybe, but to be honest with you, I would consider the second row of seating as just maybe some cargo storage. So if you maybe wanted to put a purse or something else back there, that would be my observation. But with that, we'll actually jump around to the front side and show you the front seat. One thing we did want to show you real quick was we kind of mentioned the back seat not being very usable, and we'll show you why. So this seat is all the way back as it stands right now. All you do is lift up right here. Front seat's going to fall forward. You'll see it's kind of hard to see. This is all the way back. There literally is no room for a person there unless you want their feet up on the seat. So you pull it forward and you can see, in order to get enough room, even with the seat back like here, so now it's locked in. And Dad, I'm not sure if you can get to that front view. You'll see there's not a lot of room there. That's why we, honestly, for that back seat, your best option is just to maybe use it as cargo. I wouldn't get this seat to take around 4 people, even if it is 2 small children. So just our personal opinion, but we'll head around to the front side. All right, fans, we're here for the front seat interior portion of the review. Going to show you kind of what it looks like as far as the front seat goes. You have some nice bucket seats that Scion has put here, which are actually fairly comfortable for what they are. They're sturdy enough to where if you want to do a little bit of that racing, you're able to do so, but comfortable enough for the long drives. You will see there's actually quite a bit of soft touch material on the door. Where that red stitching is at is all soft touch material. You have automatic front windows on both the passenger side and the driver's side. You have this nice almost carbon fiber look right here, plasticky look, but definitely carbon fiber. Nothing soft touch up here, but it is kind of more of a rubberized feel to it. Plasticky feel, but again, this car is $26,000 roughly as it sits right here. No dual climate control, just single climate control. This is a very similar system, which we showed you in the driving portion, to the Toyota system. It's Scion's version. It's made by Pioneer. It's definitely a nice system to use, very easy to operate. One thing I would recommend adding is the navigation system. Very easy to, and again, it's a dealer added modification. You have the tachometer right in front of you, as well as the your speedometer just to the left of it, which makes, especially for racing, very easy to use and operate. This does come with the six-speed manual transmission. You can get it with the automatic transmission, as we mentioned earlier. You have the ability to take out the vehicle stability control, the sport mode, traction control off. This is actually, on the equipped vehicles, is a spot that you can flip on the snow, or I guess, yeah, the snow mode, kind of a sort of a thing right here, but that's not equipped on this vehicle. If you want to learn more about that, head to Scion's website. But overall, definitely a nice, again, a nice interior. Is it the most luxurious out there? Nope, not by any means, but it's not meant to be. Very functional, very racing centric. So with that, I'll actually hop out and give you my opinion of the 2016 Scion FRS. All right, fans, here's my opinion of the 2016 Scion FRS. I personally really enjoy this car. It's a fun car to drive. I had a blast in it. My wife and her family commented on how much fun this car is, and actually several of them rode around in it this past weekend. Very functional car in terms of what it's used for. Is it going to be used to tote a lot of cargo around? Probably not. But if you're going to have this car for a fun vehicle, take out on the racetrack every now and then, or even especially here in Colorado in the mountains, definitely a very fun car to have, especially for the price tag, which starting at $26,000, it's hard to beat, especially in this market. Some downsides are you have some plain features on the interior. It's a little bit underpowered compared to some of its heavier competitors, but is that a huge thing? No, not by any means. I definitely am a fan of this car, how it works, how it looks, just really thoroughly enjoy it. It definitely is tuned to my generation for what you're able to do with it. And definitely it's that fun tool around car for the weekend for the average person. Again, under the average purchase price for a car. So definitely a fan. If you want to learn more about this car, head to your local Scion dealer and tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to our latest video. We really appreciate you listening and watching, and we really do appreciate all the comments that you do have. If you'd like to learn more information, not only about this review, but our other car reviews that we've done, head to our website, www.drive-radio.com. Also head to our Facebook page, facebook.com/driveradio. And last but not least, where you can watch all of these other reviews, head to youtube.com/driveradio. All one word, or in the YouTube search bar, Drive Radio. We have a lot of other content on there, and we look forward to you heading there. Again, checking us out, leaving your comments, and if you're interested in any of these cars, head to your local dealer and tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. Thanks, and have a great day, night, and just enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much.